What up, y'all? Back with another video and, well, another review. And I know it's been a while since my last review. 2019 has been kind of a weird year for me because I've been hearing more albums this year than I heard in 2018. Maybe not so in 2017 and 2016, but in 2019 I've been listening to way more albums than I was in 2018 in hip hop and outside of hip hop. But this year I just haven't been hearing a lot of music where I'm like, I want to review that project. So yeah, it's been a while since my last review. I have been listening to a lot more so in the past month about albums that I was thinking about potentially reviewing, but those albums are going to be in my next albums I recommend series. And yeah, but I'm back with my newest review. This one is Joell Ortiz's newest studio album, Monday, and it's via Mellow Music Group. So going into it, I already had an expectation, that I was going to review it and that I was going to like it. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I'm not just liking this album. I'm loving this album. It is just fantastic. From the production, the variety of production to the variety of styles and flows and subjects that Joell talks about on this project, and just the feeling that it gives you with this project. It's just great. It's not it's not mind blowing. It's a pretty simple album, but it's executed so well. It's just fantastic. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I do want to say this though. I remember I reviewed That's Hip Hop back in 2016 from Joell Ortiz, and it wasn't on Mellow Music Group. But I just remember liking it, but haven't gone back to it since, honestly. Now, Mona Lisa last year with Apollo Brown in 2018. It was like a nice little redemption for Joell for me. And Apollo, just another classic album. Well, another great album with classic Apollo Brown production on it, who was like the guy at Mellow Music Group as far as production goes for me. As far as guys also like Lando Chill, who's also an MC, The Lasso, of course. But yeah, and of course, if you know, he's with Slaughterhouse. Joell Ortiz being with Slaughterhouse, or was a part of Slaughterhouse. I believe they're disbanded now. Making up of him, Royce da 5'9", Joe Budden, and Crooked I. Or now, I want to say he goes by something different now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first track, Monday, is just like a small 50-second intro, just saying like it's time to get to work. It's Monday. Monday's for the hustlers. It's for the prepared. It's for the go-getters, for the go-hards out there who just want to get the shit done. And early bird catches the worm type of stuff. And this intro was produced by Lasso, who earlier in the year dropped that great Sounds of Lasso project, which I have on vinyl, which is just so beautiful, from the music to the cover art to the vinyl itself. Track number 2, Captain. It's very chill. It's like a chill, almost cinematic, atmospheric type of vibe on this beat here, produced by Heatmakers. Just on some real wake up early in the morning and just go get it type of shit. So that's perfect considering what the theme of this album is, and coming off the first track being the title track, Monday. It's just like the champ is here type of thing. Before the fight, walking to the ring, warming up type of thing. This is Joell reclaiming his throne in a sense. And he doesn't sound like he's lost a step. And if you listen to him, he's saying like, I haven't lost a step at all. Y'all might think that, but it's not like that. And he just talks about having more work to do, and how there was a time he was competing with legends, and now he's a vet looking at the young niggas in the game like, what the fuck? And yeah, he said that some were retired, but he's still here, and he's the captain of New York, and he's just so happy and proud to be the captain. Track number 3, Sip Slow, produced by Apollo Brown. Smooth beat, very smooth, braggadocious lyrics and delivery from Joell. What did he say? I'm number 1 when that number 2 pencil, lead twister, no lie, no whole wheat, no rye, I'm bred different. I was like, geez. Well, I remember when I first heard that, I was like, let me go back to hear that again. And he was just saying like, yo, don't worry about me, just sip slow, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking my time. So sip slow, enjoy the show, and enjoy this album, which so far was. And like I said, I just do enjoy this album. And he also talked about now he's making music with his idols. Track number 4, Champion, produced by Heatmakers again. Again, it's back with, it feels like saying the champ is here. It's on some real boxing shit. And just talks about how he's dealt with adversity, but he still won. So he's going to go ahead and call himself the champion. Track number 5, Anxiety. What I really like about this track is that it lets you know that even though he's the champ, he still struggles with things like he has his own weaknesses. This is produced by Knots. Shout out to him, representing Virginia. But it doesn't feel like his struggles and weaknesses are paralyzing, and it feels like he wants to beat them. Like he said, he hides behind a smile like everybody else is trying to put on, but he sweats, he gets dizzy, his heart gets to beating, and just saying like he wants to be himself. But it's kind of like this is who he is, just a part of him. And it just comes and goes, and he doesn't feel like he can talk to people about it because they'll think he's crazy. But in his head, he's like, just let it pass. You'll be good, baby. Track number 6, Same Time, produced by Apollo Brown again. More classic Apollo production. Just some real life shit, like him being in jail, worrying about his girl, thinking that the judge has probably got it in for him. The CO's got it in for him. The judge especially because he said I think he beat up his nephew on a train one time before, and he's playing with this dude in a wheelchair in there, and he never even asked him how he got in there. And what I picked up from that was I don't know if he's trying to say like he's trying to ask how he got in the wheelchair or how he got into jail. Maybe it's both, but if it's just one, I think he's probably thinking how to get in jail himself. And people in there screaming this shit, but they gotta deal with it, or that's his attitude, like, I'm gonna deal with it, so why can't they just shut the fuck up and deal with it? And yeah, he's been there for some time. They're there at the same time, but they're not doing the same time themselves, which is a deep, real track. But speaking of deep and real tracks, this next track, the single to promote this project, one of two, Learn You, featuring Big Crit, and produced by Big Crit. This is a dedication to his sons, like an ode to them. Just saying that he's sorry he missed a lot of time being with them because he was on the road. But he's also saying it's not like it was easy being away from home. And he wants to learn them now, even though they're older. And he just talked about how on the road the boys stayed on his mind. He was missing games, school trips, and he said like they've grown up so fast, like from babies to young men now with deeper voices and facial hair on their face. So yeah, just facial hair. And he's also saying like he's glad that they don't hate him, and he bought all these toys, tried to get them everything that they wanted, but he was never around to actually play. So it was like, what was the point? And then on tour also, he would always check in. He would pop up every now and again. Dad would, but not the father. And he was just hoping that they would forgive him and let him be there for them now. So it was a real nice track. And for Crit to be on the chorus as well with the soulful vocals over his just fantastic production, it's like, this is a great, great track. One of my favorites. Track number 8, Screams, produced by Justice League. Man, I love Justice League. This track is about people. Well, it's more so about kids, but this could apply to just people anyway. Whether it's like young adults or millennials, who I guess would still be young adults for now. But this is more so about kids just being distracted by screens. They're not the same. They don't want to go outside. There are no injuries, no dirty clothes, none of that. There's no being playground king or looking at a car and saying like, yeah, that's my car when you see one pass by. I just really appreciate this track because it's true, but it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. It's like, I feel like my generation might be the last of the when a kid could be a kid era, and the last generation that wasn't raised on a screen, I guess you could say. And yeah, just that. But adults are like this too, though. But it's more so kids or younger people, and that's what this track is about. Track number 9, Jamaican Food, produced by Heatmakers. This Willy Wonka Pure Imagination sample in there is pretty dope. And it's kind of a wonky beat, to be honest with you. It's a sensual song. He's talking to this girl who he said is hot like Jamaican food. And on some real player shit, a real smooth track. Track number 10, Before Hip Hop, produced by Hassami, the second and last single to promote this project. This is Joell talking about his life before hip hop, like dealing with, supplying and dealing with other dealers, just being in the streets, supplying the streets with a different type of dope than what he's supplying with now. Walking the streets, rolling dice, taking booths, sexing, gunning, all that type of shit. Track number 11, Mama, produced by Knots. This was one of those, like, the boy that made his mama proud type of track. I appreciate it being the son of a mother, only child of a mother. What did he say? Don't hit me. Oh yeah, I forget how old he said his mom was, but he said, like, don't hit me for announcing your age. He talked about how he used to wake her up when he was young and just rap his raps to her, and she wouldn't, like, get mad. She would say, like, keep reading. And what did he say? He doesn't deal anymore, and she doesn't use anymore. So it's like, we made it, which is a really cool track to hear. And the last track, Grammy, produced by Justice League, and this is on that real classic Justice League shit right here. He said, like, I never won a Grammy, but I'm taking care of me and my family. That's a win to me. And he's just doing him. He's not buying into the hype. He's not going to the after parties and having the carpet ran out, pulled out for him, and doing all that politicking and ass kissing. He's not for any of that, which I can really feel because I'm not for any of that shit either with anything. So it's like, I don't care. So I can really feel this. And he just talked about how he wants to keep meeting fans, whether it's on some real life shit. That's not for the gram. He even talked about meeting a fan that, 2 fans actually, that were going through some shit medically, health-wise, and how he took a picture with them and told the docs to get in too. It's like, this ain't for the gram. This is just like on some real life shit, and how he's just not gonna sell out, but how he is selling out, but he's not having to sell out himself. And he's still able to live lavishly even without having to do all that extra shit, or what he sees as extra shit, which I would say is extra shit too, because given what he's talking about, what I feel he's talking about, it does seem like extra shit. And like I said, I'm not for that either, so I'm really feeling this. This is just a great album, man. Like, Monday, fantastic. Like, something to get you or just be with you throughout the week, months, years. That's what this kind of album is, years. Like, just keep listening to this. Just talking about getting up to get it, being a champion, taking your own time, doing your own thing, but still dealing with the things that other people deal with. So maybe it's like the champ deals with this type of stuff too. The captain deals with this type of stuff too. Like, y'all aren't alone. Y'all are champions. Y'all are captains. Just because you deal with that doesn't mean that you're not, because even I deal with that. That's what he's saying. So yeah, I'm going to write a review for this. It's going to be on okthough.com, so it's going to be probably more in-depth. It'll be shorter, though. I'm sure it won't take me 14 to 15 minutes like this video is. But, and yeah, also just making that song about his kids is like the champ, the captain, deals with the same thing that everyone else deals with. Anxiety, being a father, or not being at home like that, like he would like to. His life before hip hop, or before really getting into it. Every now and again, something for the ladies out there. Having an ode to his mother, just love for his mom or his parents, like things that everyone else deals with. I feel like Joell was saying with this album, like, I deal with it too, but I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna work. And it's Monday, it's the beginning of the week. Ironically, I record this on a Wednesday, but I did start listening to the album the Monday after it dropped, so But yeah, that's what I feel like he's saying with this album. Like, even though I'm the champ, even though I'm the captain, I still deal with the same things that y'all deal with, and I'm still a champ. I'm still a captain. So y'all can't be too. You probably are. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm taking away from this album, and that's really dope. That's a really dope message to take away from it. Like I said, it's a simple, easy listen, which makes it so much better because all that's in there, but it doesn't feel like it's too much or trying to be more than what it is. So I'd give this album a 7.5 to a 7.75 out of 10. If you've heard it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. If you haven't heard this project, I definitely recommend that you check it out. Then come back, let me know what you think about it and what you think about my review on it. And that's pretty much it. Be sure to hit the like button if you like this review, share the review, subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Check the description because my social media links are down there and a few other things. And most importantly, check this album out and just support good hip-hop, support Joell Ortiz, support the great, magnificent, mellow music group. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.